Today we will discuss about one of the conditions in the cancer affected patient in which most of the patients who are at the late stage of the cancer uh, lacks motivations to live, and one of the reason for this is that dopamine level goes down in those cancer affected patients. So what is the mechanisms that cause these cancer affected patients to feel this wasting syndrome or cachexia? We will discuss that mechanisms in this paper that we will discuss in our upcoming videos. Today we will discuss the graphical abstract that has been presented in the paper. So what happens in the cancer affected patients is that there is a upregulation of this interleukin 6 cytokines, and it will then go into the blood, and then interleukin 6 cytokines can interact with the receptors in the area, in the post trauma areas, and in that case what will happen is that there is a triggering of the signaling pathways, or the mechanisms get triggered from PBN to SNPR to VTA, and this will cause this NAC, the nucleus in the NAC levels, the nucleus in the NAC levels in which the dopamine level goes down. That people have observed that dopamine levels in this NAC nucleus of this NAC goes down, and when they check this dopamine level with the control case, we can see that there is a significant decrease in the dopamines, and these conditions in together calls at this cachexetic state, in which even though there is efforts done by the mice, it lacks the motivations because of the low amount of dopamines will, that are being formed. And also there's conditions that they have checked in the mice models. What they have find out is that this interleukin 6 that plays a role towards this initiation of this wasting syndrome or Cachexia has been presented in the previous papers, but the mechanism is not been shown how this upregulation, how this cancer, late stage of the cancers with this interleukin 6 cause lacks motivations towards survivals. So this is in just a brief that what are the main signaling pathways that gets activated whenever this interleukin 6 are upregulated in high regions. So how this thing can be tested is that by knock down this interleukin 6 receptors in the area of post trauma and this kind of cells, and that will cause the upregulations or restatements of these dopamine levels, that we will see whether it will happen or not in the results that are that we will discuss in the upcoming videos about the effect of this interleukin 6 knockdown on the dopamine levels. It will also help us to know whether it's because of interleukin 6 that the dopamine level gets affected, or there are some other reasons for which cancer patients observes the decrease in the dopamine. And this conditions, that is wasting syndrome or Cachexia stakes, are mainly lacks the motivations to live further or to do any activities that helps in the survivals. So it is important for the people to understand the mechanism behind it, so that they can reverse this phenomena, and that will encourage the peoples to live longer. That's all for this video. I hope you understood something about this graphical abstract and the main gist of this graphical abstract. If you need to understand more about this paper in detail, you can go through the reference that has been provided in the description. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.